Ladies and gentlemen, what's popping? A little bit of a pause there before we started. You were watching us, but that's all good. It's all good. We're back off the clock sports with Sim and Mike and Sim, however you want to call it. You know,
Yeah.
we're here in the building, and we got a couple of things to talk about, so we won't be on too long. But a couple of controversial issues going on in the NBA right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
funny stuff. Some funny
Some
stuff.
stuff, the NBA's weirdo business. You know what I mean? All the time. We're not even gonna get to the Knicks suing the Toronto Raptors. Maybe we'll talk about it, quickly. We'll touch on it. I'm
Yeah.
a Knicks fan, so I don't want to belabor the Knicks with you too much since you're
Please
a
don't.
Fakers fan. But you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
the hatred.
I
The
don't, I don't want to,
hatred.
I don't want to do it like that. Too bad. But let's start with James Harden, right?
Mr.
Because James
Harden.
Harden, Mr. James Harden, ladies and gentlemen, fined $100,000 for publicly requesting a trade. That's what the NBA labeled it, publicly requesting a trade. You know what I mean? My man Kevin, first time here. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Dig what I'm saying? Thank you for joining us. The NBA announced today that Philadelphia 76ers guard James Harden has been fined $100,000 by the NBA for public comments on August 14th and 17th, indicating that he would not perform the services called for under his player contract unless traded to another team. The league's investigation, which included an interview of Harden, confirmed that these comments referenced Harden's belief that the 76ers would not accommodate his request to be traded. So,
Oh, man.
your thoughts, man, on James Harden and this whole fiasco with the Philadelphia 76ers and all of that? I'll
It's,
just say this before you even start. Just keep him away from my New York Knicks. I don't want do not bring that brother to the Knicks.
keep him away from the Lakers.
I hope he
The
goes to the
same
Lakers.
distance.
I
I
hope he
bet you
goes
do.
to the
I bet
Lakers.
you do.
I hope he goes to the Lakers. I want him to be a Laker.
Hater. Boy, I
I want him to
swear.
be a Laker. Keep him far away from the Knicks. I don't want this
Anyways,
dude around the Knicks at all. We got a good thing going. Keep him away.
he's going there next.
No,
Anyways,
I'll storm the garden
it's about to
with a
be
pitchfork if he comes to the Knicks.
it's about to be a
Serious
circus
business.
up in that joint. Like
Straight,
if the 76ers do not get rid of him or cut him or whatever they gotta do, trade him, he's gonna come into that, he's gonna come into camp 388 pounds, eating McDonald's and Burger King all at the same time in one bite.
I mean, look, listen. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with his career. And shout out to my man Kevin. He confirmed. He backs me up.
Oh, send him to the really, Kevin. See, I liked you at first,
he
but
backs
you
me
know
up,
what?
baby. That's what I'm talking about. He
Oh
backs me
man,
up. But anyway, I don't know what James Harden is doing with his career, man. I mean, listen, he's I don't want to say he's at the tail end of his career, but he's he's coming to,
he's
he's
near
coming
there.
down the hill.
Yeah, he's
He's
definitely near
coming
there.
down the hill. And for him to be, I mean, he wanted out of Houston, played games to get out of Houston, got out of Houston. I can understand why he wanted out of Brooklyn with everything that was going on there,
Right.
right? And now he wants out of Philly. You know what I mean? I mean, at some point, you got to look at it and say, it's James Harden. Like, he's the issue. He's part of the issue. It's not everybody else. He's part of the issue. And he's ruining what's left of his career. And I don't say that to say that he's, trash, but the remainder of his career, he's now gonna have this stain on it. You know what I mean? He's gonna
Yeah.
have this stain. He hasn't been able to win. He's had Russell Westbrook, he's had Kevin Durant, he's had Kyrie Irving, Joel Embiid on his teams. They haven't won.
But he's made a boatload of money.
Bunch of money.
I think
Made a
he's
bunch of
what
money. Made a bunch of money.
Yeah,
One of the highest paid players in the league, I guess.
in history.
You know what I mean? Yeah, over the course of his career,
Yeah,
right? I don't know what to think about James Harden anymore.
I mean, he's still a scorer. He can
He could
still get you some buckets.
he could score, he could get you some buckets, but the people are going organizations are going away from his style of play.
Yeah,
They're going away from that, dribble the ball between your legs 5 times before you make a move type of basketball.
he he
T-
he
You
burns a
know,
whole 23 and a half seconds.
right? That's why I don't want him on the Knicks. Knicks fans would be going crazy. It might be good for my channel ratings, but Knicks fans would be going crazy.
Other people were going crazy.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
what are y'all doing?
But I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think is going to end up happening?
76 is going to have to figure out a way to get rid of him. It's going to be super dysfunctional if he's there.
Yeah.
I think he'll show up at camp, like I said,
Mhm.
but it's not going to be a fun time for either side.
Right.
And Harden's just going to be like, you know what? I'll show up. You're going to pay me, and I'm just not going to do anything. I'm going to kick back and relax, eat my McDonald's, eat my Burger King, my Checkers, whatever.
Couple of strip clubs.
Couple of strip clubs while drinking a case of beer or something.
I mean, after being fined, I'm pretty sure he's going to show up. He'll probably show up to
He'll
camp.
show up.
You
Because
know,
those
I
fines
mean,
get crazy because
They
you
can-
get
I
fined
mean-
every day for not showing up. I
yeah,
believe.
you probably do. And I guess that's a team thing.
Yeah.
You might get fined every day. I don't know what's written into, with the CBA and all that stuff and the NBA Players Association. I mean, $100,000 is the most that you can get fined. It's crazy
Yeah.
because that's like a drop in the bucket for James Harden. $100,000. That's a drop in the bucket. That's nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's probably going to show up. They're going to look for a trade, but it's now going to. He's so dumb. Because if you wanted to get traded, coming out this way makes it even harder.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
teams are like, I'm going to stay away from this guy. You know what I mean? I'm going to stay away from this dude.
I
So now it
would.
makes it harder to trade.
Yeah.
Now it also makes it tough on the 76ers because teams are going to be like, he doesn't want to be there anyway. You know what I mean? So we're not going to give you a whole bunch for him. Plus, he's going into the last year of his contract, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he's making it tough for himself. Reputation-wise, he's making it tough for the 76ers to trade him.
But why does he want to get out of there so bad? He's
I don't
there
know.
with the MVP.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't
it's
know.
not a bad team.
I don't know.
They have a chance to.
I guess he
go
wants to
all
be
the
with the
way.
Clippers. From the rumors that I hear, he wants to be with the Clippers.
What, be with Russell Westbrook again? Reunited?
I guess. I guess.
Oh man.
I don't know what's happened. I thought him and Daryl Morey had a great relationship at one point, but it's obviously deteriorated. So I don't know exactly why he wants to get out of Philly. I don't know. Kevin said, I don't feel sorry at all for the 76ers. They were blatantly losing on purpose to get high draft picks, and they have nothing to show for. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did all this tanking, back in the day, and the only player you really have from that time period is Joel Embiid.
Yep.
And if things continue to go sideways the way that they're going, you may not have Joel Embiid.
Yeah, he might be trying to get up out of there soon.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid, he's definitely not one to bite his tongue. So
yeah, and Kevin, this proves, something I've argued about for years. Like, don't tank. Forget about all this tanking stuff. Just play basketball to win. Because I feel like when you tank, you just develop a losing culture. Even if you're winning games, you can win basketball games and have a losing culture.
oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have a bad culture. and maybe that's something that's in Philly, because they were losing basketball games, and it, they lost all those games, losing on purpose, and now, just like you said, there's nothing to show for it,
Not a thing.
except for an organization right now that's deteriorating, on fire, on fire.
With gasoline still pouring on
You
it.
know what I mean? And if this happens, I mean, I don't even know where James Harden could end up. Because why would the Clippers want him after going through all of this? Somebody's going to want him. You know what I mean? Those guys over there won't even be. I mean, is anybody going to suit up for the Clippers if he goes over there? You know what I mean?
Right.
I can't see where else would he go? Where else would he
Houston,
go?
back to Houston?
No, they got Fred VanVleet and a bunch of young guys.
Orlando Magic? I don't know.
They send him to oblivion, in Orlando or something like that.
Trade him for what's his name over at the Blazers?
Dame.
Yeah.
I had somebody else say that to me. My man Tony Crow said, maybe maybe the Philadelphia, maybe 76ers should try to get Dame, but why would Portland want James Harden?
Especially Portland.
You know what I mean? They're trying to rebuild. They don't need James Harden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially
it
not
no
playing
sense.
the way he plays.
Right. Makes no sense. My man Kevin said he might play in China. And Kevin said he's not even trying to be funny.
I saw that.
I could see that.
I saw that. He kind of wants to play out of the country. And I think he will probably end up getting paid more money playing out of the country.
He get paid a lot of money. You know what I mean? Number one, he was a Houston Rocket. And the Rockets have a large fan base in China because of Yao Ming back in the day, right? So they got a large fan base in China. I don't know if Adidas is that popular in China, but Nike's always been popular in China.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he could go to China and be like Stephon Marbury was when he went to China. Like there's a statue of Stephon Marbury in China. You know what I mean? He's like
he went there.
Jordan over there.
Yeah.
And James Harden could go over there and maybe do the same thing.
That might be the best move for him.
It might be. It might be. You know what I mean? It might be. He finished this year out. However he finishes the year out, goes over and plays in China and finishes out the rest of his career in China. He'll dominate, average 40 points a game.
Yeah. Or more.
You know what I mean? Average 40 points a game. The league is not afraid to kick you out.
No. Especially he's not the face of the league either. So
right.
It's
you know what I'm saying? They're not afraid to kick you out if you're not doing it their way. Allen Iverson is the perfect example. You know what I mean? Now, Allen Iverson had his things, you know what I mean? He was in Denver, then he ended up in Memphis and Detroit. He didn't want to come off the bench, all of those type of things when it was probably time for him to come off the bench. And then people are, okay, we're just not going to pick you up.
Yep.
Melo got blackballed. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, and they'll do it. They'll do it. And right now, James Harden is working towards that. It feels like
he's doing his best to.
Feels like he's working towards that. Long as he stays away from the Knicks, I really don't give a damn. I ain't gonna lie. I really don't care. Do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Just keep him away from the New York Knicks. Go to any one of my rivals and tear them down from, the rooter to the tutor. Tear them down. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just keep him away from the Knicks. I don't want any parts of James Harden. I know there's been people that ask, should James Harden go to the Knicks? It would be a fire pit. It would be crazy.
I don't know any fans that want him to go to any of their teams. Whatever team.
I can't see it. I can't see it. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know what I mean? With James Harden and with Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
And how that whole thing works out. I know my man Tony Crow was saying that, he believes that Damian Lillard's you know, he supports James Harden. I guess it feels like he supports James Harden a little bit more than Dame Lillard. And me, I'm opposite. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Dame. He was saying it basically because Dame, didn't give Portland any options. Like, I just want to go to Miami. It's like, but at least James Harden is. I'm like, yeah, but James Harden is ruining his career. Dame, at least he tried to show some loyalty to Portland. Now he's like, all right, I want to be traded. I only want to go to one
Right.
team. That's not going to be the way for him to get traded because, he's making it tough for Portland. I dig all that, but for the most part, he's been loyal for a little while.
But Dame told Portland, hey, bring some veterans over here so we can win a championship.
I mean, it's hard to bring him to Portland.
Yeah. But he told him.
You know what I'm saying?
He was like, listen,
he did,
I'll stay if you
who's coming to
bring
Portland?
me some help.
They tried. They brought in Melo. You know what I mean? Which, of course, Melo wasn't, he wasn't
Right.
old Melo, but they brought in Melo. I don't remember who else they brought in. And they tried to put a squad around them. They just couldn't. Nobody wants to go to Portland. Nobody wants to
Portland's
go
such
to Portland.
a fun place.
I've never been. I don't know.
Me either. I have no clue. It looks like it's always raining.
There's a bunch of hippies out there.
There's a lot of rain and foggy out there as far as I'm.
There's a bunch of hippies. Bunch of hippies out there. I mean, they got like it's a bunch of hippies.
Right.
They got like places out there where you can pay someone to cuddle with or something, crazy stuff like that. Like,
man.
I mean? I don't think anybody wants to go to Portland.
Nah.
So their best way to do it is to draft players, possibly trade for players. You know what I mean? And try to grow it that way. They had a couple of teams out there in the past. They've been able to build teams. But right now, it seems like it's probably hard. Teams like Portland, Utah, maybe OKC. I think it's kind of tough for those teams to pick up free agents. They gotta grow it, and they have to, they gotta grow it. They have to draft players, make trades. They got to do it that way.
They got to be winning some championships or getting close to it in order for people to come out there
to want to come there. Now, OKC, they've been good at drafting players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've been really good.
Portland hasn't. Portland's been terrible.
Horrible. They may have stepped up their game this past
with
draft.
Scoop. Yeah. I mean, but when you look at it in the past, players that they passed on. I mean, they passed on Michael Jordan for Sam Bowie. Or was it Sam? Yeah, Sam Bowie, I think it was whoever it was. But they passed on Michael Jordan. You know what I mean?
That might have been a good thing for Michael Jordan, though. Who knows? Michael Jordan might have still been a great player, but will he have been Chicago Bulls' great player?
I think he would have.
You think so?
I think so.
You think he wins 6 championships with Portland?
Probably.
Really?
He would have put I mean, they would have had to build around him. He would have put a chip on his shoulder. Oh, you guys don't like Portland, the city that I'm in? I'm gonna show everybody. That's what Michael Jordan was like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He found any reason to be mad at you and come at you. That's what Michael Jordan was like. You know what I mean? But anyway, James Harden.
Yeah, we went a little off.
It's not Michael Jordan.
Not by a long shot.
It's not Michael Jordan. And, who knows where he's going to end up or how this whole thing is going to end up. It's probably putting some things in the NBA on hold. Damian Lillard and James Harden, is probably putting some things on hold, for, trades and maybe some free agents and things like that. Who knows? But I'd like to see the whole thing resolved before training camp begins.
Me too.
I mean, I guess I don't care, really. I'm saying that. I don't know. I guess I should say it should be. If I'm the 76ers, I'd like to have it resolved. If I'm James Harden, I'd like to have it resolved. I don't want to have it hanging over my head going into training camp. As a Knicks fan, I don't give a damn.
As a Lakers fan,
I do. They're in the Knicks division, so go ahead and let it rot.
Yeah, they're nowhere near my division, so
let it rot.
Let them
let it rot. You know what I mean? Let it rot. And if Joel Embiid comes available, we'll see from there if the Knicks go after Joel Embiid because he's mad at the whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The coolest. What's popping with you, my brother? What's popping with you? I'm trying to convince this guy that the Lakers need James Harden, but he ain't listening
Lakers
to
don't
me.
need no damn James Harden.
He ain't listening to me. Send him out there to La La Land.
Send his ass to
You know what I mean?
Toronto.
Let him play with LeBron James.
Send him back to the Nets or somebody. I don't know.
The Nets don't want him either.
Nobody wants him. I don't know. This man just need to go sit down somewhere, play some ball where he's getting paid, what, $35 million a year.
Whatever he's getting paid.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever he's getting paid. What do you think about Lonzo Ball?
Oh, God.
Blasting Stephen A. Smith. You know what I mean?
Is that what we're going to call it?
I guess he did his best to blast him. You know what I mean? He did his best to blast him. Stephen A. Smith, reported on Lonzo Ball and, basically, I mean, he didn't say anything bad about him, but he just said that, he feels bad for him, blah, 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 blah. And that from what he heard, it's difficult for Lonzo Ball to stand up from a sitting position due to his injured left knee. Right? And Lonzo Ball apparently was not too happy about Stephen A. Smith talking about him. Let's take a listen.
Who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta stop yapping. And I actually like you, man. I don't even know you like that, but I like you. I'm coming back, man. Come on. Stephen A., who are your sources, bro? Please tell me who your sources are. Come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta stop yapping. And I actually like you, man. I don't even know you like that, but I like you. I'm coming back, man. Come on.
All right. First of all, I'm always going to be mad at Lonzo Ball because he, when he first got into the league, he dissed Nas.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he did. You didn't know about that?
No.
He dissed Nas. You know what I'm saying? He said that, Future was better than Nas and blah, 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 boom.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying? Then he came to the Garden. With a shirt that had like a Illmatic cover, but it had his face on it or something like that. So I always got an issue with Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean? So even with this right here, he's trying to sound hard, but, come on, man. Come on. I'm coming back. Come on. I mean, like, sounds kind of funny, but he blasted Stephen A. Smith, and I guess Stephen A. Smith responded back on Twitter and said, finally, you want me to reach out to you? Fine, I'll reach out to you and whatever. But I don't know, Lonzo Ball. I mean, first of all, what do you think about him calling out Stephen A. Smith the way he did? Squeaky voice and all.
I don't think he really has a. If he wants to go back and forth with Stephen A. Smith, I don't think he stands a chance. Lonzo Ball, I mean, I guess he finally put it out there that he's getting better. His therapy is working or whatever, and he's hopping up on one leg.
But he ain't playing this year.
But he ain't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he ain't
exactly.
playing this year, so it ain't.
But he's coming back.
When?
That's what he's. I don't know.
When?
That's what 3 years.
I mean,
don't know.
he already announced that
2028.
he announced that he's not coming back this season. So,
right.
You know what I mean?
Who knows? This guy. I've never been a fan of Lonzo Ball, but it is what it is.
I mean, I was like kind of a fan of Lonzo Ball in the way that he played. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, I wanted the Knicks to sign him. I thought that he would have been a really good fit with the Knicks a couple of years ago. And then he went to Chicago, and he was a really, really good fit in Chicago.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, I didn't know, he was going to get injured like this. And so I'm glad that the Knicks didn't get him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I mean, he may have not gotten that injury playing for the Knicks.
I mean, he might have.
He might have.
You know what
Who
I mean?
knows?
And in New York, you know, in New York, you know, people gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be, damn, we signed this guy. Everyone's gonna be mad. You know what I mean? But I don't know. With Lonzo Ball, I never, I never really thought he was gonna be. I thought maybe he would have a couple of All-Star years in the league. I thought he was gonna come in. I caught flack for this when I said it when he first was coming into the league too. I said that I thought he was gonna be another Ricky Rubio. You know, not really shooting the ball well, can really play good defense, can pass the ball. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I caught some flack, but I think that's kind of what his career is turning out to be.
I agree
You know what I
100%
mean?
with that.
You know, kind of like a Ricky Rubio type of guy. He was a great fit in Chicago and actually helped them become a really, really good basketball team. But now he's, you know, this is going on what, the third year maybe he's gonna miss? Second or
Yeah.
third year that he's gonna miss? Maybe it's the second year. I don't know.
think it's
Second year. Second year that he's gonna miss going on. I think he signed a 4-year contract, so maybe he has one more year left. Chicago is probably looking like, where are we going? What are we doing? You know, they got DeMar DeRozan, they got Zach LaVine, you know, they got the big guy down there, but you know, they were a middle of the pack team last year. I expect them to be a middle of the pack team this year without Lonzo Ball. You know what I mean?
Do you
And
think this is his last contract with the Bulls?
probably. I don't know where he, you know, I don't know where he ends up.
Playing in China with Harden?
Maybe. Actually, I mean, I think he'll end up on a team somewhere. He's not going to be, you know, you suffer that kind of knee injury, you might not be the same, but maybe you do. But you know, chances are you're not going to be the same player. He wasn't already a guy that had a ton of speed anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was more of a passer. You know, make the right passes, pass the ball up. That's the way he pushed the ball. He pushed the ball by passing it up, which is the way that I like to play. And one of the reasons that I thought that he would have been a good fit with the Knicks back in the day. I mean, now the Knicks got Jalen Brunson, so you know what I mean? You know,
He's
we
still
don't
not going to
need
win
no
a
Brunson.
championship. But
And
whatever.
don't speak too soon now. Don't speak too soon. May not happen this season, but don't speak too soon because they're gonna be better than fakers over there.
Don't worry. The Knicks will
I
figure out
guarantee
how
you
to
that.
screw it up
No,
eventually.
they won't. They won't. They got the heads on right now.
Okay.
They got the heads on right.
I thought we weren't speaking too soon.
Huh?
I thought we weren't speaking too soon.
I'm speaking over the last 3 years of, you know, I got data. The last
All
3
right.
years of data.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? That they got their heads on right. I got some data, so I'm not speaking too soon. I got some data out there. You know what I mean? Let me see. Lonzo Ball's contract with the Chicago Bulls. Yeah. There's a player option for next season, 24-25, for $21.3 million, which you would expect he's going to pick that. He's going to pick up that option.
Yeah,
You know, playing or not playing, he's going to pick up that option.
I would.
You know what I mean? You know, because, you know, he may not get that amount of money. He might, I don't know. Salaries are going up. But with him not playing this year, he's definitely picking up that option
Yeah,
next season. And
he has
then,
no choice.
you know, I guess I think the Bulls are going to be breaking down after that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might break down at the end of this season. I mean, they owe Zach LaVine 40 for this season, 43 next season, 45.9, 25, 26. And then there's a player option for 48.9 and 26, 27. DeMar DeRozan, this is his last season with Chicago. Right? Who knows, you know, at 28.6, who knows if they're going to try to pick him up again. Lonzo Ball, you know, he has a player option. Vucevic is on the books for 24 for this season at 18.5, next season at 20 million, 25, 26 at 21.4 million. Right? And then Kobe White's on the books. I mean, after that, they don't really have anybody. Ayo Dosunmu's on the books for a couple more years.
Those sound like my bank accounts.
You know?
Whew.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
I wish.
But you know, I think the Bulls will be breaking it up soon.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
so I don't think Lonzo Ball is going to end up back with Chicago.
Nah, I don't
You know,
think so.
I mean, he'll pick up his player option. And then after that, I think they're gonna break down and probably go in another direction.
I mean, unless he
Mhm.
just shows he can be a straight baller after this
Yeah.
type of injury.
Well, now I know why, on the court, people probably be like, "Damn, you barking out instructions, you hurt my eardrums, man. Shut up." Nah, I'm just
Out
joking.
there squeaking.
Yeah. Oh no, Lonzo. You gotta do better than that.
Yeah.
Gotta do better than that. Anyway, man, I think that's it for the night.
Yeah. I
I'm
gotta
kinda
get up.
tired. It's like
I gotta get up and
12:47
make
a.m.
my son's lunch for first day of school in the morning.
Oh
So
man, yeah.
whew.
Yeah. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope. First day of school. Is he excited?
No.
He's
He's
not.
still in summer mode.
He ain't
He
trying
is
to go to school
definitely
tomorrow.
no, he is definitely not trying. I won't be home when he leaves for the bus, but I guarantee you he's gonna try something with my wife.
Oh boy. You gotta start whining, crying. I
Oh
don't want to
yeah.
go.
Oh
All of
yeah.
that
And
stuff.
I'm gonna have to get on FaceTime and tell him like, hey,
That-
dude, stop it. Get on the bus.
Yeah. Oh man. That's something. I'm glad I'm past those days.
Lucky.
Past those days. I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
My daughter don't want to get on the bus. Okay. Don't get on the bus. You're gonna be the one losing your job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't come to me asking for money. Cause I ain't giving it to you.
Yeah, you are.
I'm burnt up enough of my money.
You still gonna
Goddamn it.
give it to her. You're just gonna
Burnt up
complain.
enough of my money. Shit.
You're gonna complain and then you're gonna give it to her. I'm tired of giving you. I'm tired. Here, just take the 50 and leave me alone.
I mean, I'll give her 50. I'll give her 50. She starts talking about that. I need like $1,000. I'm like, whoa, hold up. You better go ahead. You better go ride your bike and do some DoorDash on your bike or something.
She start yelling at you like Lonzo.
Yeah. That's how she sound too. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're up out of here. We appreciate your time. I know it's almost 1 o'clock in the
Almost 1
morning.
a.m.
I don't know when we're gonna do it, but look for the notification sometime this week or this weekend. We're gonna be covering another one of those Mike Tyson fights, ladies and gentlemen.
Can't wait.
You know what I mean? So make sure you check us out. It's gonna be dope. Classic sports issues, up-to-date news, all of that, man. We're doing it right here on Off the Clock Sports. So make sure you join us. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and yeah, we're up out of here. Peace.
Peace.